Hello everyone, let's talk about exclusive listings. Exclusive listings are the key to our business. We all know that they generate amazing service, our ability to really work for the homeowners and bring the best possible deal forward, which creates not only a satisfied customer, but also a referring customer, which is good for our business in general. The only thing we need to do is to convince the homeowner that an exclusive listing is in their best interest. Because let's be honest, if I'm a seller, you know what, an open listing sounds pretty good to me. No commitment. I can work with as many real estate agents as I can. And may the best man win. They can bring me a good buyer, whatever. But if not, I'm not even committed to them. I can sell on my own. So let's admit that an open listing sounds very tempting. But homeowners don't know the traps that are hidden inside the open agreement. And we need to explain it to them. We need to be convinced that an exclusive listing is the best offer for a homeowner. And then we can convince them of that fact. Let's start with a few. I'm going to talk to you today about four main disadvantages of an open listing that become huge advantages in an exclusive listing. Let's start with the first one, conflict of interests. So I'm the homeowner and I'm working with an open listing with like 4 or 5 different real estate agents, and I'm saying, that's good for me, 4 or 5 of them, and they'll work hard, they'll compete, they'll bring me the best possible deal. Wrong. They are now under amazing time pressure. They need to be the first one to bring me the client, not the best client, not the one with the deepest pockets who's willing to pay the best price or, negotiate the best terms, but the first possible buyer. That's their interest. It's not my interest. As a homeowner, I'm looking for the best possible deal. The best possible deal is usually the most money or the best terms, best payment plan, whatever. I'm looking for the best deal. That's my right as a homeowner. But my agent in an open listing is looking for the first, not the best, the first possible deal with his client. Because if he doesn't get the first deal, another agent may be bringing the best buyer tomorrow. I can't afford that. I need to get my buyer to buy today. So I'm going to put a lot of pressure on the homeowner to close with my buyer. Regardless of the fact if it's the best possible buyer, I can't even care about that. I need to fast results because I need to be the first in the competition. And that's not about my personality. I can be a very honest person. I can be a person who really cares about this business. But if I work in an open listing, this model forces me to push for the first possible buyer instead of the best possible buyer. And this is where we have a conflict of interest between me and the homeowner. We cannot repair this conflict of interest. But that's only part of the picture. Because the homeowner says, 4 agents, it's 4 times more buyers. 1 agent can bring me X amount of buyers. 4 agents can bring me 4X amounts of buyers. Wrong again. When we market an open listing, we do it in a very, very quiet, shush way. And why are we hiding the listing? Because we are afraid that our buyers and other agents will find about it. Do you hear the absurd of what I'm saying? I'm marketing a property and hiding it at the same time. How can you market and hide? It's the magic of open listings. You market the property, but you don't give any details that may identify the property and help the buyer direct contact to the seller. I'll never allow that. So I'm doing half committed marketing, if anything, maybe even a quarter committed marketing. And you know what, also my motivation, I don't know if I'm going to be the one who gets the commission here. There are other 4 or 5 agents competing with me on the same property. So I'm just going to give it, like I said, a quarter effort. And that's not even the worst part of it. What about cooperation? The way to get best price for a property is to open it to every real estate agent in the area. Let them all bring buyers. I can't do that in an open listing, and we need to explain that to the seller. In an open listing, it's a double or nothing situation. Either I bring both the buyer and the seller, or I bring no one. So I'm not going to share my property with other agents. I'm going to make sure that the buyer is mine, seller is mine, and there is no cooperation, and that hurts the price. We only saw a small part of the picture. It gets much worse than that. Competition. Competition is the only way to get maximum price for a listing. And competition, I mean I only need 2 buyers at the same time. 3 is great, 4 is majestic. 2 is enough. 2 competing with each other can raise the price up, give the homeowner the best possible transaction, and maybe even a price beyond his dreams. But it will never happen on an open listing. Why is that? Write down this sentence and remember how to repeat this sentence to your homeowner. The homeowner's fantasy is the open listing agent's nightmare. Let's say it again. The homeowner's fantasy is the open listing agent's nightmare. Because as a homeowner, I fantasize about a competition. As an agent, this is my worst nightmare. I will never let a competition happen. Why? Because in competition, people lose. There's only one winner. Now, let's say that I bring a buyer, and this agent brings a buyer, and that agent brings a buyer. So there's 3 of us. But only if my buyer actually buys the house, I get payment. I get a commission from both sides, but I get a commission only if my buyer actually buys the house. So if we go into a competition, God forbid, I'm going to compete my buyer against two buyers from other agents. Who knows? They may have the bigger or the better pockets. They may have much more motivation to buy, and I'm going to lose. So I'm going to do anything in my powers to avoid and even destroy any chance for a competition on this property. I can't take the chance. When I'm pushing my buyer forward, at least I know I have a 100% chance of closing a transaction. When there are two other buyers at the same time, my chances go down to 33%. I cannot play around with my money like this. I get no commission if they buy. I only get a commission if my buyers buy. So I'm going to avoid and destroy competition. There's a conflict of interest between me and my seller. I'm doing quarter marketing at best, and I'm avoiding cooperation at all. This is a terrible model for our homeowners. They are losing money every step of the way, as opposed to what they could have gotten with an exclusive listing. An exclusive listing avoids all these issues. In an exclusive listing, we have the same interest. I'm doing complete, bombastic marketing, full cooperation, competition for the property. Why not? I have my commission, my seller side in my pocket as long as the property is sold. Exclusive listing is the best solution by far for our homeowners. And we have to push it very, very hard. But we need to be convinced. We need to have conviction that that's the best way to go. And if we do that, we can convince anyone to sign an exclusive listing with us. Why? Because it's best for them. It's a complete win-win. Once we understand that, we can go forward. If we're still not there 100%, watch this video again, and again, and again. It's okay. It will be the same words every time, but they will sink in better, and you will become a recruiting machine for exclusive listings. See you soon.